Right, just your thoughts on the game tonight. A great win.
Yeah, I thought we played with freedom. I thought we worked really hard at times and throughout. Really, I said to the lads just at the end, I forgot we had 10 men. About 20 minutes from the end, forgot we had 10 men. It was a credit to them and how hard they worked, and they got behind the ball. And it was better in terms of it was player led tonight. They led quite well out on the pitch, and they looked after each other, and they got into positions that maybe they weren't meant to be in, but they were covering each other, and that goes a long way when you're near the bottom and you're not quite firing in the league. You need that. The first bit you need is to back each other up and to work hard, and I think that's what we've done, and that's why we come out how we did.
Yeah, I mean, you came down with quite a strong squad, but what was different was a few players playing slightly different positions, and each had in the middle. You had sort of Combs out wide on the right. What was the thinking there?
The thinking was to just put a little bit of energy in there today. I think put a couple of players in there that are quite honest players that I know would get a lift from maybe doing something different. From where Chappell has been playing to doing something different might give him that lift, and he might give us an extra yard. And I think he did. I think he worked hard, he covered people, and it's a formation that I sat down really on a Sunday when I knew we was taking the game and just looked at what strengths we've got. Rather than what do I want to play, what suits our team and what strengths do we have. And so it was kind of not necessarily fitting all the best players in, but it was fitting the best players for the shape and making sure it was balanced and it was organised. And if it's balanced and organised, you can play a structure from it, and the structure came naturally through the intelligence and through the balance in the side.
First sighting of Jonathan Edwards in a Saints shirt, 2 goals off the bench.
Yeah, tried too hard for the first 10 minutes. Tried too hard. You could see he was desperate to score. Kept pushing and pushing, and his retention was losing at first, and he was giving a few fouls because that was just eagerness. Tried to sort of leave him that 10 minutes and not give him too much info, and hopefully he'd calm down, and he did. Once he got the first one, I thought his runs were very intelligent. He made a difference in terms of he stretched it the other way. And it gave us a different outlet. What it did is it made when we did have 10 minutes, forced them backwards. The amount of runs he kept looking to be on the front foot, and every time he wanted to get in behind. What that does is that gives us, when you have got 10 men, you start forcing their back forward because they're worried about him going in behind. And for centre halves, that's the worst thing knowing of a player going to keep running off your shoulder. And that allowed Kevin, who we put on at the same time, to pick it up in there and start driving. And that's probably what eradicated you noticing the difference. But I thought overall, he'd done very well, got his goals, and he's shown a good promise. The lad's only 18, and he's definitely got a really bright future.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a turbulent few days. How's things been? How were the lads? Did you have to get them up for the game tonight, or?
Not massively. I think I just took the pressure off a little bit, and just said to them, told them what good players they are. I look at the squad, and I'm one of them. I don't get infatuated with my own team and think they're better than they are, but I certainly know they're better than where they are in the league in terms of individuals and as a squad. And so it's just got to be something. It's got to be a mental issue. It's not an ability issue. It's got to be a mental issue. And so it was more tonight. Just told them to relax, go and enjoy it. I said, if you make mistakes, you won't hear nothing from us. And me and Boyce on the side, and we stayed positive, And so that gives them that leash that they feel they can express themselves and play with a little bit of fearlessness, and go out there and see what they can do in it. That's the difference, really. I think that kind of made them just lift. It gave them a little bit of a buzz. I think that they knew they had an expression on them tonight, and they can show what good players they are. And all I asked them to do is, if I'm giving you that licence, and me and Boyce are giving you that licence to go and play, that you give us a work rate in return. And they certainly did that.
Seemed to make concerted efforts to keep the ball, which of course builds confidence.
Yes, massively. Ball retention. I said, look, I think with that again, it goes down to the formation. If you've got so many players in the midfield, you're going to overload them. And I said, if we can play through that middle and not what we have done at times and go long, and miss things out, not through any fault, that's through the players. The players were going long at times, maybe through a lack of confidence or trying to just force the issue. So we play through where our strength is, and that is in the middle, where our main players are in the middle. You will build in there. And I said, and I think with that, the retention comes higher because the confidence is up. The passes become a little bit more intricate because they feel if they do lose it, it's gonna. They know they've got that licence. As long as they work, they're being backed up by everyone around. And then the ball. That's what happens. The ball retention will come from that.
6-0 win. Do you fancy the job yourself on a permanent basis?
Always. I never say never. I have confidence in myself and always feel we can do something and I can affect it. Outside circumstances could dictate that, but in terms of what I want it, of course, always would. Yes.
If an appointment hasn't been made for Saturday, how does it fit in with you with your Dagenham work for this coming weekend?
It's not a problem. I've already cleared it. I cleared it Saturday night once I knew, and you know, my first thing was Saturday night after obviously we knew what happened with Jimmy and Graham. Straight away, I'm making sure I'm available for the week and ringing Dagenham and telling them. They're very good in that way. They're football people, obviously, because it's a club, so they understand. And that was really what our preparation was. The reason why the strong side come down here is because they need to know what they're doing Saturday, and we need to go there and we need to know we have a structure, we have a plan. If players have a plan, they'll feel important, and if they know and they've got individual jobs, they're important out of an 11. So the joy was to play that today. If it happens that we're in charge Saturday, then we've played it in a game, we work on it in training, and we play it Saturday. That leaves the players with no excuse. Okay, and you know, players will take one if there's one on offer, but that leaves the players with absolutely no excuse. That also leaves us in terms of we're focused on what we're doing. They all know what they're doing, and it will just give them. As I said, it makes them feel important, and you've got to do that. You've got to make them. Every one of them that comes and plays and starts or comes on needs to feel that if they do their job, they're helping, and that's exactly what they were doing by obviously being out there and playing in that way.
It's one down point on the game at Oxhey. It's the sending off of Harry Crawford. He apologised as he left the car park. It was a silly sending off.
Yeah, he apologised to me straight away as well. Look, it happens. It's not ideal, but you know it's a disguised way of passion. It's not a controlled way. It's not. I'm not defending it. It's not good enough. But he knows. We've dressed it. He knows he's not. He's a very, very honest lad, and it probably comes through frustration that he hasn't been obviously getting his goals at the moment, and he's taken out on that side. But his goals will come. And I think the sign as well was that Theo, who normally takes their penalties, gave it to Harry tonight. And I think he gave it to him because he wanted Harry to score to try and give him a lift as well. And you know that shows that they're behind each other. Harry wasn't bothered about the goal, and Theo wasn't bothered about obviously taking it to get another one on his notch, and he gave it to Harry. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but it will come. As soon as Harry gets one, he'll get 10 or 12, which he should have had, and he knows that, and we'll keep working with him. But he's got great potential, and obviously we'll get the best out of him.
Lovely, thanks so much, Harry. Saints next in action on Saturday when Margate are the visitors to Clarence Park in National League South. Kick-off is at 3 p.m.